Okay, I'm live. Welcome, MacBean's Scottish Fitness. Just get in the kitchen and cook. I want to be cooking some meals for about half the week. So when I go to work, I have meals to eat. Ray, thanks for dropping in. So Thanksgiving is over. So now we can start getting ready for Christmas. I'm letting the beard go. And usually I go to the gym and I play Jack Santa, although I will have a shirt on. But hey, I'm trying to get views up. So somebody said go shirtless. So here I am, topless. May not get the effect that I want, but we'll try it. Thanks for the thumbs up, everybody. Oh, thank you, Anthony. Here, in fact, let me pop in with a poll. I got this from Jennifer Cruz. It looks like everybody has done this, but I am going to put it through in there anyway, as of right now. Twisted Pixie, how are we doing? So I had an extremely lazy morning. Terrible. You know, I got up around my normal time, came down and made coffee, had my shake, and then Binks, my kitty cat, decided she wanted to come in, so I had her on my lap, and I was listening to John and Prepper Nation, and we both fell asleep. So the next thing I knew, it was 10:30 my time, which is Central. I'm like, oh my goodness, what have I done? So, never say die. I said, let's get some things started. Let's get some things done. So I am going to make a rice dish for the week. I'm going to be putting them in Tupperware, which I'll be washing. I got the cooking things I'll be cooking. All I need is a frying pan and I think it's a 2-quart pan to do my rice. And in the rice, I'm going to check out the Keystone chicken. All right, it's not my oldest in inventory. I do have younger stuff in inventory, but I haven't tried the Keystone. So this is going to provide me with plenty of protein. I need to go get my glasses. And then also, I will be doing some exercises. So I have my tablet set up over there so I can record off of it. I can take that to work, and I've got an internet I can hook it up to. So I should be able to download on that. My phone is in the other room in about the best signal area I have. So I'm using this mobile hotspot. And then I got the laptop, which I do my live streams on. The laptop I got last year, I just walked into Costco after going to Best Buy and seeing all their laptops were really expensive. And then they had this one for $399. And I said, well, that's a pretty good deal. So it's an i3. It doesn't have a DVD drive, doesn't need one. And it basically was bought for my YouTube channel. And then during one of the earlier Prime days, I got the Samsung tablet. It's okay. It's actually slower than my phone. Okay, let me see what I got here. Just be careful of pan splatter by cooking shirtless. You got that right. Get more views being shirtless for sure. Showing your listener impressive. Well, Zeke has too. Well, thank you. Appreciate it. So now we're going to get some information here. So, serving size is 2 ounces. There's 14 servings in here. And each serving has 12 grams of protein. So without the calculator, that's 120 and 48. It's 168 grams of protein. 168 with just the chicken. All right, now vegetables are not going to have much. I got 2 grams here, and I got about 3.5 servings. There's 6, so 174. Same thing here. It's 1 gram. There's 3, so it's 178. We'll call it because there were some half ones there. Ooh, 5 grams with this one. Piece have more things. So 5 grams and 1 serving. So 183. Once again, 1 gram. So about 187 grams of protein with just the veggies and the chicken. The rice is probably going to give me about another, as much as I'm cooking, probably another about 15 grams, about 200 grams. And I will probably divide it into about 6 different meals. I have all sorts of food storage devices here that I will be cleaning as I'm cooking. So the secret with rice, you gotta cook it slow. So I'm doing 2 cups of rice, so I'll have 4 cups of water, which should give me a lot of rice. I'm hoping this pan is big enough. It's going to be awful close. I may want to consider switching to a larger pan. So we're going to switch to 6. Now what I did is I went to one of those little resale shops and I bought a bunch of lids. And the reason I did that is I didn't have a lid for this one. And for $1, let me check this. This one might actually work. I need a lid for it actually. And it's a better fit anyway. So I got 2 of them. This one has an air hole. This one does not. So I'll use that one. So when you're out and about, the resale shops are worth stopping by and getting goodies. So I'm going to switch the pot to a slightly larger one. So I make sure I have enough room. So I also repurpose my plasticware. So this was peanut butter pretzels. Now I got rice in there. And then I do a lot of this in glass too. The long term I put in glass. The shorter term I put in plastic. All right, so I got 2 cups of rice. I will put 2 cups of water in there, or 4 cups of water, and that will give me 6 cups of rice. I do have my water filtration here. This is a pure water one. It works okay. When it gets after a couple of weeks of using, I don't know how well it's filtered anymore. But I don't tell the wife. If she's feeling it's doing a good job, I don't say anything different. I do have a Berkeley, which I'm going to get set up in the kitchen here pretty quick. Now with rice, I actually use a simmer. So I got a new stove. It's a 5-burner stove. And its power burner is considerably more stronger than the power burner I had before. And its secondary power burner is still stronger than my main power burner. Then I have a standard, which is almost equivalent to what my power burner was. And I have a simmer. I find the simmer works best with rice. And what it does, it allows you to really cook it slowly so you're not burning everything. Once the rice is cooked, I will add these vegetables right into it. There is no need to cook any of those vegetables because they are pre-cooked. And I'm basically doing these for, I don't know, to add flavor to it. I also was going to do something different. Okay, so hang on a second. And I am going to do 2 cups of water and 2 cups of chicken stock to give it better flavor. And if I was thinking, I just would have did stock. Because I am doing chicken. And what I can do is to add a little bit more chicken flavor in there. And add a bouillon cube. This one, you don't want to overdo bouillon cubes. They are very salty. And I had a recipe get ruined because of that. Hopefully everybody's getting me. My 5x5. I never know when AT&T is going to abandon me and make my signal poor. I'll put that in there. I probably in the title should have put topless. I wonder if I can edit that. You go to edit. Topless. Hope I didn't ruin anything. I've added the word topless to the title. See if that does anything for me. So I got everything in here. I can also do some spices. I do like Montreal chicken spice. I don't necessarily need to cook it in there, but I will throw some in there. And I do have some other more intense. Ooh, let's not do it that way. And this is just to make it a little bit more flavorful. Nobody wants to eat nutritious food that tastes bad. So, time to start to get this party started. Like I said, I'm using the simmer burner. I got the simmer on high right now. I will turn that down to low later on. The next thing I'll do is I'll start frying my chicken. Now it is pre-cooked. If I do want to fry it, I do want to throw some seasoning in it. And like I said, it is the first time I'm using the Keystone. So, hey, Artgren, how you doing? What I'd like to do is I'd like to use fresh chicken, but I found if you don't test your canned goods and don't understand if you're going to like them or not, it's not good. So, out for the boring part, fishes. So this is stuff I will be loading in my food in. And I've got different sizes. A lot of the sandwich meats I buy are in these little tubs, and then I save them. I make really good single serves. So when I don't want to have a huge meal, then I use those. Then when I want a bigger meal, I got larger ones. Then generally for work, if I'm doing an 8-hour shift, I'll probably take a large and 2 mediums with me. A lot of times I do try to stop at the store and buy some other things, like maybe some protein bars, just to have like a treat, because they are. I won't really call them healthy, but you know, sometimes you gotta have a little fun with food. Otherwise, you'll get. I'm trying to remember the word for it, but basically means you get bored of eating the same thing, and you don't want to do that. So you have to throw a little bit of variety in there, and that's why I'm not just doing chicken and rice, but I'm doing all those vegetables. Now the vegetables also have other benefits, where they are bringing me nice minerals and vitamins that I need. I do take supplements for vitamins and minerals, but you want to try to get as much as you can from real food as often as you can. And doing the rest of the dishes that Mama's been piling up on me. So hopefully, and I've got more in the cabinet. Hopefully, I'll do it. So let's talk about the vitamin and minerals. They should be on the cans. So on corn, I am getting 7% of the dietary fiber. There's 3.5 servings, so that's like what, 25%. A little bit of iron, not much. 2% of potassium, so I got some potassium. With the peas and carrots, I am getting 25% of my fiber. I'm getting some carbs, 8% of potassium, 10% iron, 4% of my calcium. With the carrots, once again, I am getting dietary fiber, I'm getting carbohydrates, I'm getting some more potassium, getting some more calcium, some more iron. And then with the green beans, same thing, calcium, potassium, and a little bit of iron, and more of my fiber and carbohydrates that I need. And the chicken's going to be really loaded with protein. Yeah, mostly just protein. But I do take vitamins and minerals. I tend to take a multivitamin, kind of a catch-all. I also take D3. I take a B complex. I take C. Vitamin K and D, because vitamin K absorbs better in the presence of vitamin D. Iron absorbs better in the presence of vitamin C. And the C's and the D3s and the multivitamins are on a daily. Then the iron is usually on only once a week, because I am getting iron from my food. And there is a possibility of doing iron poisoning. But as I had done on some of my videos before, about half the nation suffers from an iron deficiency. So we're not very well at doing that. So why I've got, then we'll turn that down. Then I want it to cook fast. I want it to cook slow. We're going to talk about some exercise you can do. And since I'm doing that far, I will start my video. So welcome to MacBean's Scottish Fitness, Farms and Prepping. I also do a very small channel called The Crazy Peck Chef. And I'll probably put this video on all of them. So right now what I've got is I got 2 cups of rice going with 2 cups of water, 2 cups of chicken broth and seasonings. I am going to fry up some canned chicken to put into it, and also peas and carrots, corn, and green beans. So that'll be all mixed, which I will put into containers, and they will be my prep meals and after meals for my workouts. So I'm still going to try to sneak to the gym before I go to work. I'll probably do a quick arm workout, and I'll have some videos on that to post. But even when you're cooking, there is still time to do workouts. So here, got some easy shoulder workouts that you can do to keep your shoulders healthy. So these are only 8 pounds. You can do them with 5s, you can do them with 3, whatever your tolerance is. And what we're going to do is called small shoulder exercises. And this helps your shoulders stay healthy. So the first ones we do are called field goals. And basically, that's all you're doing. It's that simple. And you're usually doing about 15 repetitions. Like I said, you're doing this with light weight. You're not trying to make big muscles here. All you're trying to do is strengthen the small muscles that keep that rotator cuff in position and keep it protected. So usually about 3 or 4 sets of these, and you can do these every day. This is not something that you, only do it once a week. You can do these as many times as you want. and it's going to keep your shoulders healthy. It's probably a good warm-up to a shoulder exercise. Other shoulder exercise you can do is do shoulder raises. You can go out with light weights. You can just go out this way. If you have heavier weights, you can go out this way. All right, this will work your shoulders. Once again, get you nice and warmed up. And get the blood in there and carry the nutrients. And it's really beneficial for your shoulder health. Now I'm going to pause the main one here. Well, I got chicken going. I got 4 large containers. The smaller one, I have got probably 3 or 4 of them in there. And what I'll do is I'll load the refrigerator with them. And like I said, I'll take about 3 meals with me, 1 large, 2 small. And then I do have time to stop at the grocery store. I will, where I'll probably pick up more milk, eggs, and maybe some protein bars, some snacks. Have something fun. So the next thing I'll do is I will get the chicken started up. So on burner. So it's a pretty strong burner, so I'm going to set it down to low. I'm going to let it get a little warm. And I'm going to throw a little Crisco in there just so it's not going to sear to the pan. All right. Yeah, got to be careful of that pan splatter. Also, if you do have any questions, feel free to ask them. This is a pre-workout that I take. It's called Takeoff. It has about as much caffeine as a cup of coffee, but it has arginine, creatine, and B vitamins. And I find that it doesn't overstimulate me. Some of those workouts just have too much, and they overstimulate, and I start getting that my heart is rushing, and which is not a good feeling. So if I'm still coming 5 by 5, let me know. I'd appreciate it. Now we're going to open up this. So this is kind of going to go along with my, let me turn that on because they'll put this one on my farms and prepping also. So I'm getting ready to cook the canned chicken. I've got rice. Rice is something you want to store in quantity. What I'll do is I'll buy it at the store. I'll put it in the freezer for about a week. So if there was anything that would sit there and come to life, the freezer is going to kill it. Then I will put it in either plastic or glass. Glass I'll put it in for long term, which I'll throw it in glass, and then I'll put some oxygen absorbers in there. And then for short term, I just throw it into plastic, which I've reused. So here I got the Keystone chicken meat. Now the one thing I like about Keystone over the other brands is its best by date is usually 5 years, where most best by dates on cans of chicken are about 2 years. Understand, this is the best by date. It's not an expiration date, the best by. They say after that, the nutritional value will start to deteriorate, the taste value may start to deteriorate, but it's still edible, depending how you stored it. So mine are stored at room temperature or a little bit lower. One's down in the basement. Basement stays about 60 degrees year round, maybe 55. So it's going to last a long time. You don't want to have it up in the attic or someplace that's very hot. That's going to be bad. So, and then every now and then I utilize these to find out, hey, if I like it. So they make chicken, they make beef, they make ground beef, and they make pork. And I did make a barbecue pork with it, and it's okay. All right, it's edible. they'll survive. Hey, Michael, how you doing? They'll survive with the pork, in my opinion. Some people like it. The beef was okay. The ground beef really works well in chili. But when I cook it on its own, with the whole idea that it's going to be the main meal, and I'm not going to sit there and use it with different things, add it to rice or things like that. No. These are best to be added to a rice dish. You want to have some good seasonings in there. Don't necessarily have to be salt. It could be seasonings. So there's plenty of salt in here. All right, like I said, this is something I don't eat all the time. Usually I would make these dishes with fresh chicken. But you have to test this and see if it's good. Because if I cook with this stuff and I'm like, oh my God, this tastes terrible, well, I don't want to buy any more Keystone. Then I just spent money on something I'm not going to eat. It's good to stock up foods, and canned foods are the better ones to do so. There's got to be foods that you'll eat. If you don't eat it, you won't enjoy it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw some seasonings in there. All right. Nothing too fancy. Little Lawry's. Little Montreal chicken. I'm going to season it pretty heavily because it's going to go in a rice dish. I've got the rice cooking in water and chicken broth. I threw a bouillon cube in there to kind of make up for that water I added in there. It was kind of an afterthought. And we just did a demonstration on doing some shoulder exercise that'll keep you healthy. Everybody welcome Michael from the Body Beatdown. He definitely kicks it all the time too. So remember, just the field goals. It's good. It's good. It's good. It's no good. Yeah, I just added it in there. And this will protect your shoulders. So when you are doing, say, incline benches of 275 pounds, or doing a seated supported overhead press of 270 pounds, or doing a bench of 335 pounds, this will protect your shoulders and keep them healthy. That's how it's done. Had to have a little fun with it. So I got this going on low heat. I got that cooking on low heat. If you can't stand the heat, get your ass out the kitchen. All right, when I'm cooking, I don't like to share the kitchen. A lot of times, Mrs. Scottish Fitness will come in here and I go, hey, I'm cooking. Back in the living room. And she goes, yes, dear. It's my story anyway. So the chicken you kind of stir up. I'm going to bring the heat up now. I do want to kind of get a sear into it. But I also want to break it up into smaller chunks so I can spread it evenly to all my portions. Now, I have watched this in price considerable. So now I'm going to take a look at my rice. The water's hot, but it's not really cooking yet, but that's good. I'm not in a hurry. I will kick the heat up just a little bit. So actually, in the rice, I'm using my simmer burner. This stove is really powerful. And then the veggies, I will add into the main bowl. And I might have to bring a bigger bowl out to mix, and that's fine. And I will add the chicken in it. And then I will dispense it into the rest of the meal. So here's my favorite mixing bowl. This is how I used to make bread all the time. Now I have this baby. So the wife has ordered a shelf you have to replace that shelf there. So this and the microwave will be here. We'll move that shelf over to the other side of the kitchen for other storage. I did want to put some boards up here while she was gone, so I could get away with it for hanging pots and pans. She's not really 100% in on it, but I think it's a good idea. I'll probably do it anyway. So, then do is make sure you are paying attention to what you're cooking. So the chicken's already pre-cooked. So why am I cooking it? Well, I want to drive some of the extra moisture out of it from being canned. I do want to get some air back into it. And I want to make sure it's well seasoned. So this is going to determine how well it is. Now I did close up the deck, and I think it's worth showing you how I did it. So I got the panels all the way across. I was like, how do I do the entrance? So the entrance, I got those things that you use for freezers. So does it keep 100% of it out? No, but it does deflect a lot. So generally I can have that outer deck a good 20 degrees warmer than the outside. And then if I fire up the grill, and I do have a propane heater I can throw out there too, I can make it that much warmer. So, we got the chicken going, we got the rice going. Next thing I'm going to demonstrate is, I got time, I might as well do some more exercise. So, speaking of shoulders, got some dumbbells, boom. And I got to make sure I don't put them through the ceiling. So since I've warmed them up, the light weights, now I can do heavier weights. These are not too heavy, they're only 30s. But once again, I'm getting blood moved into it. All right, you can turn this way, kind of change the direction if you want to. What I'm doing is I'm trying to take advantage of the time I have to get as much done as possible. I'm also trying to get the house cleaned up. And it's having me an issue. Let me see what we got. Yep. Butthead's fast in the kitchen. Yep. Well, it's just what I'm cooking. I'm utilizing more than one burner. I kind of know what I'm doing here. Now, when the wife wants to make dinner, I stay out of the kitchen. All right, so now I get down low. Get up a little bit. Yeah, the flash help. I've been using those now for about 3 years. Same with the panels. So I first started buying those panels was before the pandemic hit. I was getting them for about $17 a panel. And I realized I needed more. And all of a sudden, I'd pay $34 if they were available. And I wanted to get some more later on, but you just can't get them. It's just weird. I don't know what to really think about it. It is what it is. So, anyway, we got the chicken nice and preheated and spiced. Like I said, the only thing we're not cooking, I think that's sufficient. I'm going to shut the burner off on that. Rice takes the longest. A lot of times I just start this and then I go somewhere around the house and try to get things done. You don't want to, it's not minute rice, it's many minutes rice. So what I'll do is I'll pause the main camera here until I get towards the finished product. Oh, so anyway, they went and had Christmas pictures done with the baby. So there's the Christmas card. I got my daughter. That's her with the baby and her husband. There's Hutch. Then their two dogs, Wiley and Pippin. So I'm gonna have to do something, maybe like this. How's that for Merry Christmas? You better have been nice. I'll see how that works out. Ethan, how we doing? Have you been naughty? Have you been nice? No wrong answers here. Yeah, that'll say it. So got that going. That's a self-opener. These I guess I can pre-open and drain. All right, been a naughty boy. There you go. Sometimes naughty can be nice. And that's about as far as I'll take that conversation, lest I get myself in trouble. So here, Best Buy date on here is January of 2023. Here, Best Buy date. Don't really have any. Oh, here we go. Yeah, I really don't see it. I see. Oh, July 2025. Only time on that. This one was 23. These I just bought. So, well before the expiration dates on these. One thing you gotta make sure is you circulate your stores. Because when these are on sale, I get lots of them. Yeah, you used to be able to pick these up for 50 cents a can on sale. Now sale price is, I think the best I've seen was 69 cents they had. Limit 10. So I got 10. Also the ones at Costco, when I'm buying them by the case, I think I'm getting them around that price. And the whole idea is this makes the meals go further. But by adding all these vegetables, I can stretch my 8 servings to 10 servings, and vice versa. So those are the things you kind of gotta keep in mind. So yeah, we got a nice boil going in here. So, and what it does is the rice just starts starts absorbing all those nutrients. There we go. So I got 9 thumbs up. Appreciate that. It was a kind of an impromptu live stream. I was feeling pretty bad about how lazy I was this morning. And I said, I need to cook food. So I'm not eating garbage food. I mean, I do take sandwiches there, but I didn't really feel good this morning. Wife got up at 5 and I was not feeling well. And that was because of something I ate. So I was a little upset. I felt kind of lethargic. So by I got up at 7, I had my coffee and I started feeling better, and I had a nap. So a lot of times the body tells you need some extra sleep. Because remember, the night before, I didn't get much sleep. And the sleep I got was not quality sleep. So I tried to lay down between I say 11 and 3, and maybe I got 2 hours sleep. And then I had to go to the airport and get the wife, and we came back home after breakfast. And then I think we had a 2-hour nap, which I think was good sleep. But still, I didn't have that 6 hours uninterrupted sleep. I had that this morning. So it's you can tell when you've been pushing your body too much. And it's starting to, especially as hard as we push our body, as hard as Michael pushes his body, as hard as I do, if we don't get the rest and if we don't get the nutrition, it's going to affect us. You're going to pay for it. So now while we're still waiting for the rice to cook, we'll do some more exercises. If I have enough room. Better get back here. We'll do some curls. I say curls for the girls. I say a big wallet works better. But it's nice to be well toned. I ain't gonna lie. I am probably beefier than I have ever been in my life. Now in my 30s, I had a metabolism going for me, which helped. And that was probably only about 6-7% body fat. There would have been a six-pack there. And at 60, really the only way you're going to do that is you're going to have to use some sort of cheat. Or you're going to have to really diet really hard. And then I'm going to lose a lot of strength. I don't want to do that. But I'm still competing in the powerlifting. And not this Saturday, but next Saturday is my meet. I am going to try to live stream it. If I have a if I have a signal. If not, I will definitely record it and then upload it later. I thank everybody for joining in. Hope you're enjoying the show. Trying to make it a little bit more exciting. So the rice is already cooking. So I can put that up. And so today I'll be taking more nutrition with me than I usually do. Now the last couple of days, I had the advantage with that, having the leftovers from Thanksgiving. I did finally finish the rest of the leftovers last night at work. So I said, yep, the time to cook. So this should last me today, tomorrow, and probably Thursday. And then Friday I may just make some sandwiches. Oh, new subscriber. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I gotta get in my focus area. Govind. So where are we from, Govind? Just general area. I know I do get some people from across the Atlantic Ocean, and every now and then I do get some from the Philippines and India, Dubai, and Germany. Used to get them from France, Finland, Sweden, things like that. India, there you go. All right, well, welcome. So yeah, I do get 3 or 4 from India from time to time, which is refreshing. Actually, I follow some people on Facebook that are from there too, and they work out with improvised stuff, which is pretty cool. So, and I did a video on that too, doing curls with household items, where it's big cans of soup or milk jugs. You can vary the weight by the water. So right now I'm making me some chicken and rice. So I can already tell that it's starting to absorb pretty well. Got the heat down a little bit. And we've been cooking rice for over a half hour now. And I find doing it slow works out better. So you're from India, I'm from the Midwest, state of Illinois. And it's actually not bad. It's a cloudy day, but it's warm. It's in the almost near 50. And had I not fell asleep with Binks on my lap, I probably would have went for a walk. But I'll make it up. I think Friday's going to be our next warm day. I think Wednesday and Thursday is going to be possibly snow. But that's what you get at this time of year. So I got the rice cooking. Morning walks out of here. Thank you. Appreciate it. And you got to thank Michael at the Body Beatdown for me doing those morning walks. He's the one that kind of motivated me to do that. And now I do greatly enjoy them. It's a wonderful way to kind of unload and kind of get some of the stress that society tries to throw upon you out. I always say it's better to watch real life. I don't watch a lot of TV. Most of the stuff I watch is going to be on YouTube, and it's going to either do with fitness or it's going to do with prepping or cooking, or if I'm trying to do something I haven't done before, there's a lot of good information out there on how to install. So my buddy and I put a storm door in 2 days ago. Saturday we put it in, or Sunday? I believe it was Saturday. Yes, Saturday we put it in. And I was just amazed. Slid right in, went in really easy. I was really happy about that. So I got the rice cooking. I've already warmed up the canned chicken, which is a big can of Keystone chicken. I hit it with a lot of spices. I got beans, corn, carrots, peas to throw into it, and the chicken, and that'll be what I'm eating at work for the next couple days. Now here, I'll still have my weight gainer shake, which it's helped me maintain my weight. I'm still at about 245. And then next week, I'll drop down to 242 so I can weigh in. So I'll weigh in Friday. I'll have to drive out to Peoria on Friday morning. Boo, yes, boo, yes. And let me try to find somewhere fun to go. And then eat everything in sight all day Friday. Because once you make weight, you can gain the weight back. And then Saturday will be my meet. Now, this is not this weekend coming up, but the weekend after that, December 10th. Like I said, if I can live stream, I will. But I'll bring everything. I'll bring my tablet, which I'm recording here. Well, not at this moment. And then I'll also bring my phone and my laptop. If push comes to shove, I can try to live stream off my phone. And a lot of times, I'll have a better signal. Oh yeah, start filling it. I can smell the rice. Yeah, almost there. I'll heat this a little bit more. And I'll take an hour to cook the rice, but it'll be really good. And that makes the dish. So I figure almost 200 grams of protein that I'm cooking. Remember, your body can only deal with about 30 to 40 grams per meal. Anything more than that, you're just kind of passing on down the line, what you don't want to do. Just day to day, not sure what I'm going to do. I'm sure it'll involve the chest. There you go, Michael. Let me see. Glad I got my walk done early. It's nasty. Oh yeah, you guys are getting some nasty weather. Georgia looks like it's going to get the worst of it. Here we're just probably just going to get rain, but I think in the Georgia area it's going to be pretty severe weather. So we'll hope they'll stay safe. So I got my mixing bowl. Rice is getting pretty close. Once I take it off the heat, I will let it rest for a little bit, and because it'll still be absorbing the moisture. Then we'll pour it in a bowl. We'll add the chicken, mix it up. Add the vegetables, mix it up. Boom. Dispense it in everything. Then probably for lunch, I think I'm just gonna have a can of tuna. Do I have tuna up here? Do I have my tuna up here? Oh, I need to go downstairs and get me more tuna. I will be right back. So with the tuna, after doing some research, I realized that, a little more, that the more expensive tuna is actually a better deal for you because it carries more nutrition. So your regular $1.15 on sale tuna generally has about 50% less protein and 50% less calories. So here, and I bought these for, I think the 6-pack I got for got these for a pretty good deal. Probably only paying about $1.50 a can for these. Well, instead of 120 calories, I'm getting 290. And instead of 20 grams of protein, I'm getting 40 grams of protein. I'm getting twice the nutrition for about 50% more. And even if it was twice the money, it's still a better deal because in the same amount of storage space, I'm packing the same amount of calories. And it's all about the calories. Remember, in times of SHTF, your body, just to survive, needs about 1,500 to 2,000 calories a day. Otherwise, bad things happen. What I mean by bad things, you starve to death. Slowly but surely. So the rice is really almost there. And the closer it gets, the less heat I put on it. And it is time to eat, so I'm going to have the tuna because it's a very awesome source of aminos and protein. Now, yes, I am going to put some bad stuff in there for flavor. But I can't be perfect. And what I can do is I can also throw some homemade red butter pickles in there. Then I grab another jar. I didn't. I need to know where I have a little bit left. Let me see. Red butter chips. Oh, those are dill. There we go. So, red butter chips. And what you do is you just chop them up into small pieces. And it's going to add some vitamins and minerals to it and some flavor. So I canned up these in September, and you want to have them 8 within about a year. And I think I did about 9 or 10 of these. I do like them. Once you open them, you got to keep it in the fridge. So I did dill pickles and I did bread and butter pickles. And the cucumbers came from my garden. I just chop these up in a little bit better, smaller chunks. And add that in the tuna for flavor. You can tell a household that does a lot of cooking, they have a lot of dishes. So, throw the yellowfin tuna in there. So this is 40 grams of protein. I try to rinse things off when I can. And then if I have a glass of milk with that, it's actually going to be even more protein, more than I actually need, but I like milk. Does the body good. So I'll probably have this with milk. Sometimes I'll have this with crackers. A lot of times I just spoon it in. But there are times where I'll actually take the time and eat it with the crackers. Now my sponsor, who isn't, Fairlife Milk. I drink Fairlife because it has 50% more protein per serving. So 13 grams versus 8 grams of regular milk. Almond milk, forget about it. Got 1 gram. So we got the rice is just about ready. I did mix me up, and you can watch my live stream to see more of this. I did mix up a can of tuna with some bread and butter pickles. And that's my lunch while I'm cooking. All right, we are done. Now I let this stand. I'll stir it a little bit. Now let it kind of cool down. It should still be, might give it a little bit more heat. And it'll still be absorbing as it's cooling down. I'll probably do arms today, pull downs and curls. Get the gym in Pontiac. Probably only about a 30-minute workout. I do want to hit the store. I can push it off another day. Tomorrow I should be caught up on my sleep. It's too bad I didn't have the camera set up because literally I had Binks on my lap. And she was grooming herself. And if my hand was close enough, she was grooming my hand. And she was content there for 2 hours. And I finally had to get up. She's like, nope, time to go. And she's sleeping in my chair out there. So yellowfin is a better tasting tuna. And because of the nutrition value, it works out to be pretty much the same price as the cheap tuna. So I don't buy the cheap tuna anymore now. I probably have 200 cans of the cheap tuna still I need to go through. It sounds like a lot, but I eat probably about 5 cans of tuna a week. Sometimes more. If I want to cut, I'll eat tuna and a lot of vegetables. Now I can really cut weight. All right. We'll let that set rest for about 5 minutes and we'll get ready to mix everything. So right now the yellowfin tuna, she has 40 grams of protein per can versus 20 or even 23 of the cheaper stuff, and 290 calories versus about 120 to 150. So really, when you're looking at dollar per dollar, this is a cheaper tuna to purchase. The only time this is on sale, I'll grab a 6-pack of it. Or a pack, whatever it comes in. Costco is usually a good place to get it. We're getting about ready to mix everything together. Couple more minutes. We'll hit just right. And Michael, about the sound, one of the reasons I like going to the gym and streeter is I don't have to. Make sure that you subscribe to the Body Beatdown. It has very similar content to mine, and it's really good to watch. Oh yeah, I hear you. You have a great day, Michael. That's good stuff. The bread and butter pickles really add to it. So about between this and the milk, about 450 calories. So a good amount of energy to take to the gym. And I'll have these all set. That was good. That's good eating in the neighborhood. Well, let's get ready to mix everything together. So I had my can of tuna. So now it's time to put all the food together. Get it mixed up. And then dispense it. So I'll see if I can show you here. The rice, just the way you want it. Well, the rice is all ready. So remember, it was only 2 cups of rice that we put in there. And look how much we end up with. We end up with about 6 cups. Because it does absorb all that water. And what I do is I spread it out and see how it's steaming. I want it to continue to steam like that. So it can start losing some of the moisture. And then I try to kind of give the pots and pans a free rinse. It helps later with the cleanup. So it's not as difficult to. So you can really see it's a nice healthy serving. Nice healthy serving. So, spread it out, let it lose some of the moisture. You don't want to undercook it because then the rice is too wet. Or you want to overcook it. Then it's, It's the opposite. Now we're going to add the chicken. So basically I just warmed it up. It was canned, so it's pre-cooked. I warmed it up and put spices in it. Add to the flavor. I put the spices in the rice also. Oh, all righty. Same thing. Do some quick rinses. I'll wash them later, but this does make it easier. Does make it easier to clean when that time comes upon you. So what I do is I got the chicken in there. Let's mix it up. Stir it up, stir it up. Have you been naughty or nice? Because if Santa's not watching you, NASA is. Or your phone is. Somebody's watching me. So you want to get it mixed up and get it dispersed really well. So basically all the servings will have similar amounts of nutrition. And I'll still probably get some that have a little more chicken than others, but at the end of the day, it'll be fine. So now it's almost full. Now we're going to add carrots, corn, because we are in the Midwest and we like our corn. Green beans, and they're French style. I like those. So now, when you're mixing, you got to be a little bit careful because it's starting to weigh more, and I'm really strong. And if I don't want to sit there and spread it all over the place, but I do want to get it well mixed. This takes time, and I'll come at it a few times. I still have one more can to add to it. I got a small can of peas and carrots. Carrots are a little bit, they're cubed. Why? Well, just stretch that meal out. So spend an hour cooking, but I will get, well, we'll see. I imagine I'll at least get 8 meals out of this. Probably more. Once we dispense it, we'll find out. And this is why you want to take the time cooking. Anything you're buying at the fast food restaurants or pre-packaged processed, it just is not as healthy for you. Now, how could this be healthier? Well, it could be healthier if I had all fresh ingredients. You know, if I was getting the corn and the peas and the carrots from my garden. But it's still better than anything you're going to be picking up at the gas station. So, look at all that nutrition. Up there to feed up a tune. Or me for a few days. So really, you got to mix it up, mix it up, mix it up. And what I can do is I can still add spices to it. Let's actually pretty good. What I'll do is I'll sprinkle a little pepper on each of the portions. But because we did cook it with so many spices, not too many, it has pretty good flavor. So, let's get the containers out. Now my lunchbox can take about 2 of these and close comfortably. And if I do a smaller one, well, I just don't close it. So we'll start with the 4 big ones. And get me the spoon to start dispensing them. Pull one up for you. I'm not going to fill them all the way. I'm going to put in there about what I think I'm going to eat at each setting. Because I don't want to, I'd rather have a little bit less than what I wanted to eat than have too much. But remember, I still want to keep, let me see that, yeah, we can see that there. I still want to keep my weight this week not any heavier than 245. All right, so that one's good. That one looks pretty good. That's definitely good. Maybe a little bit more than that one still. All right. So I got those 4 done. What I'll do is sprinkle a little black pepper over the top of them. And that's about just right. Seal them up. And put them in the fridge. Well, one of these is going to go with me. So that one's going to go in my lunchbox. This is my lunchbox, which I got from a little yard sale. Get the water out of here, make some more room. In it, I do have a calcium, magnesium, and zinc, which I take at work. Aspirin, I'd leave it at work, but when I leave things, they disappear. And vitamin C. I will put the large one in there. The other 3. Go into the refrigerator, and then I'll do the smaller ones. So everybody remember, rest. So I was a little behind on, but now caught up to. Nutrition, which I've been good at, and exercise. We did some exercise during the video. We'll go to the gym and do an arm day today. And tomorrow will be legs. And then Thursday, I think it's going to be cold weather, so I'll probably do back. And then Friday will be my last heavy bench day. And then Monday I'll do a light bench day with probably a lot of reps. And at Saturday, it's time. So everybody have a wonderful, wonderful day. Good stuff. All righty. So I'm still going with my live. Don't go away. Don't panic. If you have any questions, now is a really, really good time to ask them. I have my smaller containers, and these are kind of like my light snacks. So I'll put them out. And we'll set up 4 first. Then if I need more, I'll grab more. So pretty much this will make 8 servings. Now, is Miss Scottish Fitness going to want any of these? I don't know. The option will be there for her. She wasn't in the Army like I was, so her palate sometimes wants a little bit more flavor. But I think this is pretty good. So I'll tell her there's some stuff in there for her to eat. And then I'll see if she does. If she doesn't, no big deal. It'll just be more for me. I'm okay with that. So this is why I say it's easier to cook for many than it is for one. Miss Worm, how you doing? So if everybody gets a chance to go to Mrs. Worm's channel, or I did put it on my community page too. She has a wonderful reading voice, and she's got some really interesting stories for you to listen to. And I tell you, it reminds me back when I was a youngin', I used to listen to Mystery Night Theater on the radio. I think it was, I don't know, can't remember what AM channel it was, but it would come on at 10 or 11 o'clock. And it was the old radio shows with the murder mysteries and things like that. And I just love to listen to those. One of the reasons why I have a hard time falling asleep. But, and her readings remind me of that. So I find them very enjoyable. And I think you would too. So thanks for doing that again, Mrs. Worm. I know you might have done because I bugged you about it. But I really enjoyed them. And would like to have more. Don't have to cut it away, you know. Let's split them out a little bit. Anticipation. So here's the rice dishes I made. So it's rice, canned chicken, which is Keystone chicken, peas, carrots, corn, and green beans. And I was able to make 8 servings. So I do repurpose stuff. So these were lunch meat containers that I kept. And they make great single serves. They really do. Oh, with that lid. Let this. There we go. So 8 total. I think 2 today will be fine because I did eat a whole can of tuna here already. I'll put these in the fridge. So there's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Unless Mrs. Scottish Fitness helps herself to a few. And I still think I'll get Thursday out of it. Then Friday, I'll probably just do I'll just probably make some sandwiches. So here's my lunch bag, all ready to go. And let me see, 136, perfect. So I have time to make my pre-workout. Also take some more vitamins. I took the multivitamin earlier this morning. So I'll pump a B-complex now. B-complex gives you energy, drive and stuff like that. And I think I need to add some in there because I didn't have much of that earlier today. Miss Binks, Miss Worm had Binks on my lap for 2 hours this morning in the chair, sleeping with me. She was grooming herself. She was grooming my hand. I was sleeping. So I feel I was really lazy this morning, but I was still recovering from jet lag. Not me being on the jet, but I had to head towards Chicago at 3 o'clock yesterday morning for to pick up the missus. That's an hour and a half back. We stopped and got breakfast. I got to bed about 8 again, slept about 10, and then it was to the gym until work. And so this morning, even though I got up at 7:30, had a cup of coffee and had my shake, Binks wanted some attention, so I gave it to her. While you're here, I'll bring Binks in. All right, Binks, you're on. Oh, look at this. Yeah. So say hi to everybody, Binks. Here, Binks. I think she's picked up a little weight. Here we go. Hi, dear. Hi. There we go. Hi, Mrs. Worm. Good to see you again. Annoying human is carrying me around. I guess I'll put up with it. Never comment on a lady's. Oh, uh-oh. Well, okay. She's as light as a feather. 15 damn geese, but but she was sleeping with me for 2 hours this morning. I think I may have spoiled her. Here we go. She was getting herself in trouble because she was being let in the house. Then she didn't want to leave. And she had to get chased out with the broom by Mrs. Scottish Fitness. And then she was starting to sit on her lap. But the problem is Mrs. Scottish Fitness is allergic to kitty cats. It was really starting to bother her. So no more lap time on Mrs. Scottish Fitness. She has to just settle with me. So this is my pre-workout. It is also loaded with B vitamins. And I already have my second one here. So I will put the rest of that in there tomorrow. So I decided to go topless today. Hopefully it would get me more views. Maybe later on, I don't know. I did add it to the title. So don't forget to subscribe and share. And Thanksgiving is now over. So it's Jack Santa. Have you been naughty or nice? I do go to the gym sometimes with that. Of course, I have a shirt on. And now, I'll put my one shirt on that kind of keeps people away from me at work. You know, anything religious. St. Michael's Prayer. And it is the school, Rocky. So, Rocky met his demise on the road. So Rocky, unfortunately, had something on Hillary Clinton. And so Rocky was taken out. But there are more one Rocky around here. So there are about 3 more. I don't know if it was actually him, but it did look like it was. He was the bigger one. But Pokey still comes up. That's the possum. And then also the neighbor's tabby comes out, or somebody's tabby cat. And so we've been bringing the food in to keep the other animals from eating it. But now we're kind of putting it back out there. Speaking of, I have to give her treats. Well, I don't have to. But she's come accustomed to it. Somebody had sent me money and had me buy her treats. And now, oops, that was way too many. She's like, hey, it's time. No. Here you go, Banks. Here's your treats. Ah, there you go. So now she gets treats in the afternoon. She gets fed in the morning, and she gets fed at night. Although I have cut back on how much I give her, but I do want to make sure she's still continuing to go after those mice. So it is just about the perfect time now. We have enough time to hit the store, because I'll hit the store first, and then I'll hit the gym and do a quick arm workout. I'll try to do some videos. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to bring the tablet with me. I did record off of that. I should be able to get an internet connection. Here is the Christmas card from my daughter. So there is Hutch. There's Pippin, Wiley. Then there's my daughter Shayna, her husband, Jeff, with Hutch again. So I got to see him. Then Mama got to see him during Thanksgiving. That card we will probably frame. It's that good of a picture. Or she may send us some bigger pictures of it. So, anyway. What you mean you don't have to? I think you'll find out you do. Oh, I mean the food? Yeah, I know. She has worked her way in the family. It's kind of funny because Mama never had pets. So she's not used to, she's liking it though. She's just not used to it. Well, that was a successful cook. I did do a lot of dishes. Unfortunately, I made more. But that's something I can do tomorrow. Got that. I got the tablet to bring with me. And I got the phone, the computer I won't bring with me. Thanks for the thumbs up, everybody. Thanks for joining in. Appreciate it. AT&T, thank you for giving me a good enough signal so everybody could see. That usually isn't it. So tomorrow I'll probably be in the gym doing a live stream. I think I'm going to do deadlifts. Not heavy. And some other back exercises. Might even throw some, I don't know, maybe something different. We'll see. Remember, rest, which I now caught up on. It took a day or two. Nutrition, which I made a bunch of. And proper exercise. And everybody have a wonderful, wonderful week.